everybody, and welcome to video 3 of Grunge Your Art. Now, this is a promotion or a collaboration between 5 Facebook groups, and we're all supporting LineDotArrow by Natalie. And this is also my design team project for LineDotArrow, so there's all that in there. But for the collaboration, the 5 Facebook groups are, of course, LineDotArrow, then Haystack's Crafty Corner, Two Sisters Jam, Sweet Pea Papers, which is me, Junk Journal Tutorials and More, which is me, and then Nonstop Paper Crafts, who's going to be taking part in the promotion, but isn't going to be having a drawing. Now, at the end of the month, each of the 5 main groups that are participating are going to have a drawing. And how do you get in the drawing, you may ask, because there's 3 prizes in each one, so that's 15 prizes, and you could win 1 prize in all 5 drawings if you're, you know, Johnny on the spot. So the way that you get entries into the drawings is that you make projects with either the freebies, because there's going to be freebies every week from the LineDotArrow Junk Journal group, and that's Natalie's Facebook group for LineDotArrow. And you just go over there every, I think it's Wednesday, because it was the 4th, the 11th, it's going to be the 18th, and then the week after that is a week for you to catch up, and then we have the drawing, so it's a whole month. Now, so you go over there, there's going to be 3 weeks of freebies, and she's giving away several pages, and they're each going to be in black and white, sepia, and color. So if she gives away 3 pages, you're really going to get 9. Does that make sense? Okay, and that gives you plenty to do the challenge with. Every week she makes a video showing you what the challenge project is. Then you download the freebies, and if you have purchased the kits, that's fine. You don't have to. You take that and the freebies and make the challenge project. You can make any project of your own, you know, that you just want to make, a book or, you know, a folio or heck, a flyer or whatever you want to make. And any of those things that you make, post a picture of it in each one of the groups and mention on there whether you use the freebies only or the freebies and papers from one of the kits, because there's 5 kits, and I'm going to show you just the flyer sheet from each one here in just 1 second. And then you're entered into the drawing. Just make sure that when you post your picture or your whatever, your video or whatever, you use the hashtag GrungeYourArt. And all this information is going to be below the video, and you'll be able to click on it and, you know, go everywhere and go to the video that explains the drawings and all that. Okay? So now these are the kits that we're going to be working from. There's 5 of them. There's Grunge Collage Pages, which has 22 pages. That's in color. There's the Grunge Background Papers. There's 30 pages because there's the black and white, sepia, and color versions. There's the black and white, sepia, and color versions of the Grunge Background Papers. Or 2 different sets of Grunge Background Papers. Then there's the Grunge Ephemera pack, and that has quite a few pages in it. I don't know how many. It doesn't say on here. If it did, it ran off because I printed it wrong. And then the Grunge Journal Kit. So that's a full junk journal kit, and in a grunge style. Now, I'm going to be using, my heater just turned on. I'm going to go run and turn it off. The fan makes too much kind of a background white noise. And my stupid phone that I forgot to put in the living room. Kind of a spur of the moment video. I just had lunch and all of a sudden I was feeling real perky. So anyway, that I'm printed out the black and white papers of each one of the kits to use because I'm doing black and white. And then I also took the collage papers. Where'd they go? I took the 22 pages of the collage pages and I printed them out in black and white. I just set my printer to black and white. So I've got all those pages to work with too. So I have quite a few papers. Okay, so now when we left off in video 2, we had made the cover. We'd made our first base. And now we're ready to start going. So I took the first base. And not second base, but first base. Not third base. And I numbered the pages with my white chalk pencil. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're back around to 1 again. Okay. And so we're going to start with page 1. I got glue all over me sticking out. We're going to start with page 1, and then we're going to go on. We're going to do pages 1 and 2 today. I think we should be able to. This is the stuff for page 1. This is our paper, this side. And it's not going to be full size because it's this top piece, remember. Okay. Then we've got an envelope under here somewhere. And we're going to put a window in it, but we're not going to paper it. We're just going to stencil and whatever the front. And then we're going to cut the hole. And then we're going to put the acetate in, cut the side, and put the backing paper in, which I didn't figure out what it would be, but I guess we can just use the other half of this page. I keep running out of air. Then this is going to be the back of the envelope. And so let's get going. And here's the big stencil. Now I got out, I went through my stencils, just my Temu stencils. And there's tons of them. And so I found some stencils that I thought would work. This is one of them. I have another big one that I used as well. Where did it go? Huh. Oh, I know where it is. So this is the one we're going to use on the envelope. We'll set that one there. Then I got these. See, here's the other one that I was looking for. It's actually got a little spot where the letter isn't punched out all the way. There we go. So there's that one. And then this one, which I thought was kind of grungy. This one, which is kind of burlappy. I don't know what happened to this one. Sometimes the shipping from them leaves a little to be desired when they get repacked. So this one, we've got that one burlap paper, and I thought this stencil looked like burlap. And then I also got this one out for this part at the bottom. I'm not sure. I think it's still grunge. I don't think it's, I mean, it could go with steampunk as well. But I think we're big enough boys and girls that we can kind of mix and match. What is the deal with that piece? Alright, I'll figure it out off camera. We're not going to be using it right now anyway. So anyway, those are some of the ones that I got out. I also got out some silver paper clips, silver bulb pens in case we needed them. I don't know if I have anything that would be considered grunge charms if we needed them, but I'd have to figure that out. And I'm going to need a big piece of acetate. I thought I had a big enough scrap, but I don't. Oh goodness. Tissue paper flying everywhere. I thought I was all ready. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you those stencils. And then this is the die that we're going to use. So what we're going to do, we've got our paper, our paper's here. And our envelope. So let's take this stencil. I pulled out this old purple brush. We're going to use it for the black. Now, that thing hasn't dinged at all for hours. I don't know where the window exactly is going to go. I don't feel bad just using this stencil because it's got so many different features on it. You know what I mean? And not using several different stencils. Oh, that looks pretty cool. And then we're going to cut a window right through the middle. So now, yeah, see the black covered it up right away. I think these are the ones that you can take apart fairly easily. Oops. Okay. Then we're going to take our die. I'll use that one. Let's see, that kind of looks like the bottom of the window. So we'll put it this way and get it centered. Wash it down real quick. Okay. I'm going to do this over here on the table. It's going to jiggle the camera. You won't be able to see what I'm doing. but I can't have it slide in the glass all around. So I'm going to use my die cut, my Big Shot, or my die cutting machine. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. And it'll make an impression on that side, but it doesn't matter. And it's so thin because it's just the white paper that it's not really making any resistance whatsoever. Of course, we'll be cutting or saving that centerpiece. For a card or something. All the you see that washi gets squished on there so hard, sometimes you can't really get it off hardly. So we'll have this to use as a card. Oops, I forgot. Thought I had this one open. Guess not. Oops. I was like, what did I just do with the acetate? This goes a lot quicker when you don't have to paper it first, huh? Piece of acetate landed on the floor. Okay, so now we've got this piece. It's very staticky. There was a bunch of tissue paper. Normally there's just one in between. For some reason I had a whole bunch. I must have pulled some papers out. Okay. Now we need to paper this. And I thought what I would use is I want to cut the paper for this first. So we know what size we're looking at. I like the butterfly and the lady on this one. So that's why I chose that to go on there. What is the deal? It's like no ink was going on the paper. So that's going to be our paper. So now we've got this left. And I was thinking we would put this inside there like so. So yeah, that'll do it. Not a bad scrap either. Okay. Now, we need to figure out how tall we need it to be. I want it to be from here you know what, let's do the whole thing so it doesn't catch. I don't want to do that. I want it to be up here. It's too long. How did I do that? Okay, let's see this. All right, I want it over farther. Much better. Okay. So let's just fold it out this way. I'm going to glue this. Paper's so thin, I forget. Need to make sure that this is going to clear. You have to put it up high enough. Okay. Okay. Now we want to glue this back the way it was. And then we're going to slice that outside little bit. I think it went up too high on this one. So now it's back the way it was. Let's go ahead and trim it for the pocket. And we may have to re-ink it a little bit, but I don't think so. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to put this paper on the back. I'll make the card off camera. Let's get that cut for the width, and then I'll be able to see for the length. Cool. probably all Temu. All day. It's like the Temu channel, only it's my phone. The way that knot is, kind of thinking that's the top. I like it better that way. I don't think it makes a difference. Forgot to do this side just in case we see some once we've glued it on. Okay. We're going to glue it on. Very cool. Put it down just a little bit more. Well, maybe not. That looks all right. So then we've got that there. Then we'll have the card in. And I'll make sure that some sort of a cool part of a paper is showing through the window. I don't know. I don't think that's wide enough. I mean, we're going to have a tab on it. It might be. Maybe. We'll see. I'll do it off camera. And of course, I forgot to put a magnet in there. Okay. So I like that. We'll have our card, we'll have our little tabs sticking out. And they're going to be black. I need to make some black tabs. Need to get some air. Black tabs. Okay, now on page 2, we're going to add a flip out. This is going to be our paper. We're going to add the flip out. We're going to stencil the back of this and stamp. Let me get my stamps real quick. I forgot and put them away. I have these 2 cool sets of Tim Holtz. They're the only ones I have. And this one's called Ultimate Grunge. And it's got these really cool stamp patterns. And then this one is, of course, Field Notes. Okay. So we'll use those probably 2. So we're just going to use the white paper and we're going to decorate it up. Now, the thing about this is that I don't have any of the little pieces to glue on from the ephemera. Now that I think about it, let's get it going. Okay, let's decide which side we want. It's going to open from this way. So let's put the darker side on here. And then it's going to be here. So that's going to go there. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Then we're going to, it's going to be this height. So we need to figure out how wide we want it. Do we want to cover the whole thing or not? I think not. So let's say, you know, this isn't really black though, is it? It's one of those ones that I think that came out, no, because it's the collage pages. It's just because of the color that it was before I printed it in black and white. So let's say here plus a half. Where did I just mark it? I think it was right there. I'm going to score it right there. And then we're going to, let's just cut it. We don't need to measure. We don't need no stinking ruler. We're going to score this at 1/2 inch. Oh, we have to remember to ink this too. So we'll ink them both at the same time. Almost exactly on my mark. And there's my pencil mark right there. Within a 1/16 of where it ended up being. Okay, let's miter this first before we forget. Okay. Then we're gonna ink everything. I'm gonna ink this too. I don't think we're going to quite get done with this. I think what's going to happen is we will get to the part where we're going to do the back, and then trying to think, because, well, I can just stencil and stamp it up, and then if I decide I want to put some ephemera on it on top of that, then I can. I'm also going to put a black pocket on the bottom. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do? Now remember, we're going to be putting a pocket at the bottom. So I was thinking this one that looked kind of burlappy. See if there's anybody else. No. And just kind of do some across here. Look at that. So we'll have to put something across that. Can't believe I hit that. It was weird. Oh, because I did it this way. That was silly. See, I had that big flat spot there. I should have moved it over. Anyway, lesson learned. And then see, we can cover that up. Make the pocket up to here. So we'll need a stamp or something down in this area. Well, I'm not the wildest about that, I must admit. Let me get my didn't get the ink all the way over. Then we can also, remember, we can also stamp in white onto the black paper. And then we'll put some, I'll put some stuff on the page. And I'm wondering, see, there's this white space right here, but I'll put something on here right there, and that will get rid of that. And we'll stamp it a couple more times in and around. Never used this stamp before. I think it's one of the more popular ones that people use too. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Now we will thought I had a paper towel out. Ow, sorry about that. I hit my hip on the edge of the table. Wow. Okay. Let's measure for our pocket. I think we want it up here. I used the chalk pencil, obviously, so that I could draw on the black. Now we're going to grunge this up with some white. Because this looks just too clean. See if I can get this. It's a brand new pad. Yeah, if we go back over it a couple of times, it looks better. You would think white would be made to go on over black, but and show, you know, you would think it would be darker, especially because it's the ink and not the, oh no, actually the other would be darker, the oxide. I'll have to get some of the oxide. And I think what I'm going to do, keep that away from there. You can see right in the middle, I accidentally stomped my black stamp right in there, my black dauber. Okay. So I want to take my white brush. Boy, I'm telling you. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I'll put some ephemera on there. So let's take this, take the white and put it way over here so it doesn't get contaminated with the black, which is what we're mostly going to be using. And I just did this all upside down. Every bit of it. Well, this doesn't matter because I can just cover it with the pocket. And then I can just re-stamp and re-ink the top. You know, do something up there with that. So that's not that big of a deal. It's a little disappointing for my brain. Okay, so I'll fix this, and then when we come back the next video, we'll take the last 2 seconds to finish this one up. And then we'll go on to 3 and 4. Okay? Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. And I'll see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay? Alrighty. Bye-bye.